Hello students, so far we have seen both the phenomena of interference and diffraction explained on the basis of wave theory in previous sessions. Let us now consider the difference between the two. Interference occurs due to superposition of two waves coming from two coherent sources, while diffraction takes place due to superposition of the secondary wavelets coming from different points of the same wavefront. The fringe patterns of interference and diffraction differ in many ways. We will see them one by one. In interference pattern, all bright fringes have same intensity. On the other hand, in diffraction pattern, the central maximum has the greatest intensity, while the intensity of secondary maxima decreases gradually. This is shown in the diagram. In interference pattern, the intensity of minima is very small, almost zero. So the contrast between the bright and dark fringes is good. But in diffraction pattern, the intensity of minima is never zero, and hence the contrast between the bright and dark fringes is poor. Interference fringes are equispaced, that is, they all are of equal width. On the other hand, in diffraction, fringes are not equispaced. The central maximum has double the width than the secondary maxima, as shown in the diagram. So these are the important differences between interference and diffraction patterns. The diffraction has an important role in resolving power of an optical instrument. When we see the image of any object through an optical instrument, due to diffraction, the image formed by a circular lens, that is objective, is not just a point. Instead, it has a bright central circular region surrounded by concentric dark and light rings, as shown in the diagram. When we see two closely placed objects through the optical instrument, then their images, which are diffraction patterns, may overlap and objects could not be seen distinctly. If the overlapping is small, then only the images could be seen clearly and distinctly, which means the optical instrument is able to resolve the two close objects. The resolving power of an optical instrument is its ability to show distinctly the images of two objects lying close to each other. An optical instrument which shows very sharp and clear images of two closely placed objects just separate is said to have good resolving power. There is another term, limit of resolution. The limit of resolution is the minimum distance between two objects whose images could be seen just separate by the optical instrument. Resolving power is reciprocal of the limit of resolution. Smaller the limit of resolution of an optical instrument, the greater is its resolving power. The limit of resolution is directly proportional to the wavelength of light used and inversely proportional to the angle of cone of light rays from the object entering the objective of the instrument. Now we will see the resolving power of microscope and telescope and consider the factors affecting their resolving power. The resolving power of microscope is equal to 1 by d, where d is the limit of resolution, given by d is equal to lambda divided by 2 sin theta. If the medium between the object and the objective of the microscope is other than air, having refractive index mu, then d is equal to lambda by 2 mu sin theta, and hence resolving power is equal to 2 mu sine theta by lambda. Mu sine theta is called numerical aperture of the objective of microscope. For higher resolving power, light of a smaller wavelength should be used and medium of higher refractive index should be preferred. The resolving power of telescope, which is reciprocal of its limit of resolution, is given as equal to 1 by d theta, which is also equal to capital D by 1.22 lambda, where d theta is the angle subtended by the two distant objects like stars or planets on the objective of the telescope when seen just separate by the telescope. We see the far off objects in natural light like sunlight or light coming from stars. So we cannot alter the value of lambda. So we can alter the value of aperture of the objective of the telescope only. To have a telescope of higher resolving power, the objective lens of large aperture capital D should be used. It has an extra advantage of collecting larger amount of light so that bright image is seen through the telescope. This is the reason the telescopes used in observatories for observing terrestrial objects and events are of very large size. The human eye has converging lens and its limit of resolution is same as that of the objective of telescope, but its resolving power is not much as the aperture of lens is very small. Therefore, human eye could not resolve terrestrial objects. With this, I end the session today. But you try to calculate the resolving power of human eye as you have the idea of the size of the eye lens.